Hello, this is cannabis business attorney Rachel Ardenoy. Hope you're having a great day. I'm presenting this video today to help listeners avoid pitfalls and successfully grow their cannabis businesses. Today I want to talk about major initial business law issues in the cannabis industry. I had a lot of interest from folks who are either have involvement in the legacy market or are doing R&D toward building a brand to get into the cannabis industry. And there are a few sort of preliminary issues that all cannabis businesses should be thinking about. Today, I'm going to use some terminology that's involved in the Colorado cannabis market, but this is going to be applicable across state lines. First of all, organizational documents. The state filed documents and the contracts between the members and the company that establish the rules of the road. So when in Colorado, you establish your company with the Colorado Secretary of State's office by filing either an article of an organization for a limited liability company or articles of incorporation for a corporation. If you're going the LLC route, which there's a lot of things to consider when determining whether you want to register as an LLC or a corporation, but if you're going the LLC route, the guiding document that is the agreement between the members of that limited liability company is called an operating agreement. Similarly, if you're doing a corporation, that guiding contract between shareholders is called a shareholders agreement. There's a separate document for corporations called a bylaw, and the bylaws really lay out the rules of how you're going to vote, whether there's a quorum, how you're going to move forward, and really just like kind of the playbook of how you're going to operate the business or make decisions for the business. As far as ownership structures and reporting requirements, in Colorado, we have two buckets of owners called controlling beneficial owners or CBOs, and passive beneficial owners, PBOs. What is the distinction? A CBO is anyone who owns 10% or more of a cannabis company, or the equivalent of that. So if they're a parent company and all of that, you boil it down to who has what specific interests in the company that holds the licensed marijuana business. And if that's 10% or more, then they must hold a badge and be found suitable in order to be an owner. The other bucket is called passive beneficial owners. Those are owners that hold 9% or less and do not control the company. And so a passive beneficial owner doesn't necessarily have to be reported to the Marijuana Enforcement Division, but they sort of will be in a back-end way. And that is because we submit the operating agreement, for an LLC, all owners of an operating agreement are going to go ahead and sign that, including the PBOs. So it's not that the MED will never find out about someone if they're a passive beneficial owner. They'll find out about them through disclosure of other documents that may list them as such, but there's no specific requirement to list out all of the passive beneficial owners on the initial applications. Does the Marijuana Enforcement Division always have the right to request information about passive beneficial owners? Yes. Do passive beneficial owners have to be suitable, although they don't have to go through finding of suitability, but do they still have to meet all the same background requirements as controlling beneficial owners? Yes. And the Marijuana Enforcement Division can request that a passive beneficial owner be required to go through the finding of suitability to maintain that status. So just something to think about ownership structures when putting together and potentially selling equity in your business. There's another bucket of individuals that are related to cannabis companies that are called indirect financial interest holders. And there is a whole definition as to who is considered an indirect financial interest holder. If you have any questions on IFIH, indirect financial interest holders, ownership structures, or organizational documents, please schedule a consult through my website, rzalegal.com, so we can discuss more. And otherwise, I invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and get on my email list so you can get the monthly newsletter of legal updates in cannabis. Thanks so much. Have a great day.